What's going on, guys? Alright, having a late night. This video will be up in the morning. So, this is going to be any extra deck, or, sorry, not extra deck, sorry, side deck options that you should be playing in 2019 after Dark Neostorm because of Mystic Burn. So, there's plenty of options in here. Alright. So, obviously, you're going to have probably your main five kaijus. Okay. Alright, you got, what's it, Raiden. Alright, Raiden. Yeah. Sticky. Sticky String. Alright. Kamungas. Sea Turtle. Gamma Seal. Then you got Dagoron. And Jizukiryu. Alright, the Star Destroying. So, you got those five. Obviously, if you don't know what these do, pretty much it doesn't matter what it is, as long as your opponent's not trying to stop you from special summoning. As long as you can special summon a monster to the field, this card right here, you can take one of your opponent's monsters and say goodbye to it and just be like, bye bye. So if they end up getting Boral Sword or just any old big baddie you don't like Colossus, from having add cards to your hand, you can just be like, say bye to Colossus and put it down on your opponent's field. And the best part is, if you have two, you always want to special summon the weaker one to your opponent, and then because they if your opponent owns one, you can special summon one to your side. So yeah, all five kaijus. Okay. That gets rid of one of your opponent's monsters. The next one we're going to talk about gets rid of multiple. Okay. Lava Golem. And it deals damage if they don't get rid of it. Well, it'll deal at least what? What is it? 1,000 damage. Alright, during their standby phase. So if you do it, you end your turn on it, or, you end your turn, they still have it, they're going to take at least 1,000 damage, which is always nice, okay? And it gets rid of two of their monsters. And then the other one it's going to get rid of three of their monsters. And they're not allowed to tribute this card, if I remember correctly. So, it's not like it's going to be easy for them to get rid of it, I believe. I mean, with links in, they could probably link it away. Let's see. Your opponent cannot target this card for attacks by card effects. Yeah. So, pretty much if they can't get rid of it, if you have Winged Dragon of Ra, you could get it. Where is my... I'm missing a card. Give me a second. Missing one. That's why I was like, what is going on here? I believe that's it. Sorry for the delay here. I did not realize I did not have all my cards ready. Thought I did. I did not. And I will also be getting a Mystic Burn deck profile up for you guys, as well as a dinosaur deck very shortly. And uh, with the Dino deck, I will probably be doing a giveaway. So that will be something to look forward to. I do plan on doing my giveaway still on YouTube as long as you are a subscriber. You like the video and comment when it comes out. I mean, same rules apply. Um, so I will be doing probably 3 giveaways a month. 2 on my Patreons, okay? And 1 on here. There's the higher the tiers. I know at one point you get two of your name in an entry pool for the giveaways, and I think it's just the top tier gets 3. So yeah, it pays to get more names in, but it doesn't mean you're gonna always win. And if I usually make sure if they win one, you can't win both giveaways, because considering I pull it out of the same hat, so it's not going to be the same person can't win both giveaways the same month. So that'll be something. So for the next one is going to be pretty much all of your hand traps. All of your hand traps. And your hand traps are going to look as the following. DD Crow, you can get rid of any card. Okay, for Shy Strikers, you want to get rid of their banish their spell, do it. That's the reason I usually use DD Crow, and I keep one in. A lot of people are like, oh, Call by the Grave is better, which this is a quick effect, or not a quick effect, and that's the problem with it. That's why you can't. I mean, you can still use it. It's just not. You can't destroy hand traps with it. So that's why it's not the same. I know people in my other comments were like, it's not as equal. In a way, it is, because this can do better than Called by the Grave. They have their own things. This can do any type of card. Called by the Grave can only do a monster. So it's different. Artifact Lancia prevents banishing, so this is good against Orcists. Dinos, what else really likes to banish a lot of cards? Let's see. Can't think of any off the top of my head, but I know those 2 main decks like to banish cards quite often. Like I said, it's late. Then you've got the Ghost Sisters, the one that prevents you from taking something from your deck and putting it somewhere. You've got the one that destroys something when an effect activates on the field, which is always good. Then you've got the one that you can't take, add cards from the graveyard and put them other places. So same thing with Artifact, but this will only do 1. Artifact does the whole turn. So it helps. And the one where you get life points if they special summon. Right? Yeah. Affect monsters. I mean, very rarely is very rarely is someone a special summon a normal monster. So all very good cards. I will probably run this in my deck like I used to Max C. Okay, and Max C would be in this pile if I had it. Just like I do have Max C somewhere. I keep it in one of my decks in the side deck because it only has 14, just in case it comes back. I do have a maxi somewhere. I got it somewhere, and I really hope it comes back because it's not overpowered at all. One is not overpowered. It'd be like the same thing here. They don't want you to gain life points. They're not gonna do it. They're not gonna special summon that turn. They'll wait a turn, if they can. So it's not overpowered anymore. And the last two monster cards are Artifact Scythe, which is situational. Certain decks like I use it in my zombie deck with Evil Eye. You should definitely go look at that video. Very good deck, because I can use this to pop when it's my opponent's end phase. I have to pop a card. I will pop this one, and since this is during their turn, I get to special summon this. Okay, and then they can't, for the rest of the turn, they can't use their extra deck. So, it's good and it's not good. It has its timings, but it is good if they pop it. The next one is Dino Wrestler Pankratops, and you all know what this card does. As long as your opponent has more monsters than you can special summon this free big boy, and you can use itself as a quick effect to pop any card. So, pretty much this goes in any deck. This would, like I said, it's situational. If your opponent, runs a bunch of, like, Twin Twisters, Heavy Dust Storm, anything, MSTs, anything to get rid of back row, put this card down. Even True Draco. If you're facing True Draco, slide this card in the second game if you didn't have it in. Because 10-1, they're going to accidentally pop this, and then it's going to be game for them. Alright. So that's all for the monster. I forgot. Effect Veiler. I must have fell. Obviously, you know what this does. Discard it, and you negate one of the effects for the turn of any monster. So it can go in any deck as well. We'll do spells next. Spells, very easy. MST, Twin Twister, Galaxy Cyclone, spell and trap removal, especially with Mystic Burn nowadays. That's just the way it is. Regeki. If you don't know what to put in, or you got an extra spot because you don't think you're going to use the other ones, or you already put you already have a Twin Twisters in your deck, and, slide that in. It's not a bad card to actually have. To just, maybe I do need it, and then slide it in and slide it back out if you need to. And then a combo, these two would go together. Super Polymerization and Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. Just because your opponent can't activate any cards to this card, and Starving Venom is a very good card. You can use any fusion, but he is a very good one. Very good. Awesome looking. I do like the alternative artwork a lot of him. Alright. So then you got traps. And your traps can go from anywhere. So we'll start with Crackdown. Crackdown, you take an opponent's monster as long as you have this card. So you can use it for a tribute, a link, whatever. So, really good card. Really overpowered. Infinite Impermanence. You all know what this does when it comes from when you have no monsters and, say it's their first turn or whatever, they wiped your board, you can use this card from your hand, which is just a no-brainer. Same thing with Evenly Matched. Very good card, and I wish I had one to show you. Actually, I do. I just didn't pull it out. Like I said, I try not to pull it out of my binder for my collections. Evenly Matched is another one that would go right here with this. That's why they're so expensive. Lost Wind. Very good card. If you don't know what it does, alright, Lost Wind. Here you go. Alright, you can target one face-up special summon monster on the field. Its effects are negated. Its original attack is halved. And if a monster is special summoned from your opponent's extra deck while this card is in your graveyard, you can reset this card again. So you can use it twice. That's why I would only put one, because you're getting it twice pretty much. Because you know they're probably going to summon from their extra deck unless you're playing True Draco. Then it's just going to be one-time use. But that's the thing. It's while the monster is on the field. It's not until the end of your turn. So like this card, I'm surprised is not worth more than what it is. It should go up. I would buy it if you don't have it. Buy a playset of them. One for every deck that you run. Spell and trap removal. It literally takes no cost to use this. Use it. Dark Bribe as well. If you're running certain stuff you don't want to get popped. You know, field spells, anything. I don't have any Dark Bribes. I wish I did. Dark Bribe is another one. Mind Crush. I know people, now with a new rule, you can't look and see if they're lying. Use this sparingly, and when you know it's going to happen. Alright, because if you don't, they can lie to you, which is just amazing how they came up with that rule. Alright, I don't know if you can see this. Alright, compulsory evacuation device. Alright, you return it to the hand. One monster, free of charge. Alright, because if you know, like, they can only special summon it once, and it probably would take them a couple turns to do it again, pop that card back in their hand. It's free. Another card that gets used twice. Breakthrough Skill. Alright. You target one face-up effect monster your opponent controls. Negate the effects of that opponent's face-up monster until the end of this turn. During your turn, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this. Alright, so next turn you can use it again, just like Lost Wind. Alright, so you can do the exact same thing, but beware. Do not use this on a True Draco. Okay, because if you do, here's a funny story. I was dueling a guy. I used my effect. Then he popped this. Okay, it stopped it. No big deal. Went to the graveyard. Next turn, he banished it to try to stop me from activating it again. Which I don't know why. Because he would have had to activate something for this to for this to go. But that made me activate this, and then I get my card free of charge off of it. So like that was a waste of banishing it. So do not use this on True Draco if it's your turn and you're not using something. Only if you pop something, this activates, then negate it, because then it won't go through. It was just a shame on him, and he lost the duel because of that. Because I ended up pulling out. He only had like 800 life points, and I ended up pulling a Chaos the Monarch. And I sacked off him for it and used its effect. He would have probably been able to negate it, but he had a Dark Monster, so he took 1,000 life points. You know, yada yada. So, very good card. Okay. You can use it twice. Just be careful when you use it. Okay, the next one. One to use during their turn so that they cannot do the following. What sucks is this doesn't have links on it because this was before links. Alright. You cannot Retro, Fusion, Synchro, Ixie, or Pendulum for the rest of this turn. Alright, so anybody that's using these decks, use this card. Because it's only till their turn. It's only for the rest of this turn, not for the end of next turn. Okay? So if you use this on their turn, they can't do any of this, but then you can. Okay? And it also negates the effects of all monsters of those types while they are on the field. Very good card. I don't even think it's that expensive, honestly. It's probably a couple bucks, maybe. Very good card to have. It just is. I have two of them. I keep one in my extra deck from my True Dracos. Sometimes. I know you didn't see it on the video. I honestly didn't know where they got to. I just found it for this video. And the last one is Fogblade. You don't need Phantom Knights to run this card. Alright, I know the graveyard effect is Phantom Knights, but you can activate this by targeting one effect monster on the field. Negate that face-up monster's effects. That face-up monster cannot attack. Also, monsters cannot target that face-up monster for attacks. When that monster leaves the field, destroy this card. Yeah, and you can banish it for Phantom Knights, special summon. So, like I said, it's very good in Phantom Knights deck, but it's just good to negate, and that card can't even attack. So it's even better than Lost Wind or Infinite Impermanence in that aspect. So those are the 30 cards. 31 cards, I believe, I think, because I forgot the one Ghost Girl and I added her in there. 31 cards that I would recommend keeping in a side deck.